Podcast brings you an interactive and likely ridiculous segment which borderlines on actual legit media. Buckle up your fucking seatbelts for the Dynasty Podcast interactive segment.
We have WWE superstar, the world's most strongest man, Mark Henry. Now, Mark, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe you've been in the WWE now for about 15 to 20 years. Do you have one particular match in your great career that you're most proud of?
As far as being with the company, I've been with the company for 17 years now. This is the 17th year. It'll be 17 years in August, which is coming up around the corner. I'm looking forward to 3 more. Try to get 20.
Excellent, excellent. Now, in your career, you've been both a face and a heel, and for our listeners who don't know, a face is essentially a good guy or a crowd favorite, and a heel is a bad guy or a villain. I used to wrestle in the amateur circuits, and
Thank you for explaining that to me.
Oh, no, I'm not explaining it to you. I'm just letting our listeners know. And I prefer to be a heel and whatnot, but Mark, do you have a preference throughout your career? Do you prefer to be a face or a heel, or does it not really matter to you?
All that's wrestling jargon, people trying to sound like they know everything about wrestling. Wrestling is a moving, organically developing business. You either like or you're not like. It's just like life. It's just some people are better at it than others.
All right, Mark, who would you say is maybe the best wrestler of all time, or maybe like a top 2 or a top 5 of the best wrestler of all time?
Well, my top 5 is pretty self-explanatory. I think everybody knows the people when I say them. Starting at number 5, I would have to say Steve Austin, because of how much he did for the mass media wrestling and the revitalization of sports entertainment. Coming in 4, I would have to say The Undertaker, because of how transcendent he's been to the business. And 4 and 3, you can kind of flip-flop them because they both have the same role. Shawn Michaels was transcendent to the business. He and Undertaker had the 2, I think, most profitable wrestling careers. And then Hulk Hogan, who was kind of responsible for my generation and taking wrestling from bingo halls and small coliseums to big arenas and television. And of course, the most dominant and the most influential and the most recognizable wrestler of all time, Andre the Giant, and what he did for the whole business of sports entertainment, professional wrestling, whatever you want to call it. He transcended both genres.
All right, fair enough. That's a pretty good list. I wasn't really expecting Andre there at number 1, but I can definitely see why you would have picked him. Mark, do you have a...
I mean, he did more for the game.
Right.
I mean, it's kind of like Wilt Chamberlain in basketball. Wilt Chamberlain, they changed the paint. It used to be called the key because it used to look like old skeleton key. And Wilt Chamberlain, they changed the game because of him. And that's what Andre did for wrestling.
No, fair enough. No, that's a good list. That's a good list. Mark, do you have a favorite, or did you have a favorite person, wrestler, to wrestle against?
The most challenging to me was Undertaker.
Yes, the Taker.
And to answer your question earlier while I was picking on you, if I had a favorite match in my career, it would be the same guy, The Undertaker.
Sure.
Just for the simple fact that there's never been an opponent that actually went into the match wondering, okay, am I going to win or lose? I always thought I was going to win.
Right. Very good. Now, back in the Attitude Era of the WWE, which was during kind of the mid-'90s and into the early 2000s, you were part of one of the more popular groups in WWE history, the Nation of Domination, which was led by The Rock early in his career. Obviously, The Rock went on to become one of the more popular and successful WWE stars of all time. What do you think it was about The Rock, Mark, which kind of made him so unique and beloved?
The fact that he was unbelievably smart, and he was raised around the industry, and he knew it better than anybody. Not the fact that he was gregarious and colorful and a good athlete and very glib. That all helped.
Right.
Not to mention he's a guy that the women tend to love, so he's able to kind of have his way and have people give him a second look. Been ugly my whole life, so I wouldn't know what that feels like.
Oh, come on, sexual chocolate.
So
that was just skills. Ain't had nothing to do with looks.
So, Mark, I believe you're originally from Texas, and I think you did have a brief high school football career. Are you a Dallas Cowboys fan, or into the NFL or college football at all, or?
Oh, most definitely. I've been a Texan. You know, you're forced to play football.
Right.
I'm a Cowboy fan first, and Texas Longhorns. It's my college team. You don't want to start talking about football. We want to get back to wrestling.
No, yeah, absolutely. He is the world's strongest man, WWE superstar, Mark Henry. Good luck, Mark, and thank you for being on the show.
Hey, I appreciate it, man. Y'all doing a good job. Keep it up.
That was this week's Dynasty Podcast Interactive Segment.